Former President Donald Trump heading back to the White House with the backing of more than 270 electoral votes needed and winning the popular vote. The first time in 20 years a Republican presidential candidate has won the popular vote. Just hours ago, Vice President Kamala Harris publicly conceded and offered her help for a peaceful transfer of power. We'll hear more from her in just a moment. Trump tonight already speaking with several foreign leaders, like Canada's Prime Minister, who congratulated him on his win. And Wall Street is responding positively to the news of Trump winning. Investors betting a second Trump term will boost the economy. His supporters sharing his excitement during his victory speech almost 24 hours ago.
We're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly.
And his team is ready to get going, and that focus centers right here in Palm Beach, in West Palm Beach. Sources say inside this 11-story office tower on Flagler Drive, Trump's transition team will huddle in the months ahead. Some people being discussed on wanting to join his team are Elon Musk, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Linda McMahon, and more. The team is expected to be formed before Inauguration Day, which is 11 weeks away. Special Counsel Jack Smith is currently evaluating how to wind down the federal cases against Trump. That's according to sources for the Associated Press. Justice Department officials say there's no reason to pursue either the election subversion case or the classified documents case now that Trump is returning to office. But it's unclear how the cases will wind down or what will happen to all the evidence and other defendants charged in those cases. Vice President Kamala Harris became the second female major party nominee to concede to Donald Trump. The first, of course, was Hillary Clinton in 2016. Reporter Atra El-Nashar reports from Howard University on Harris's message for the nation.
Vice President Harris appearing on the same stage she hoped would be the setting of a historic victory. Instead, with a heavy heart, she thanked the thousands of people in the crowd for placing their trust in her and officially conceded the race.
The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright.
Despite the outcome, Harris says she's proud of the race they ran and the way they ran it.
I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election.
Sharing the message she passed on to President-elect Trump.
I told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
Harris thanked her family, running mate Tim Walz, volunteers who were all there in the audience, as well as President Biden and poll workers across the country. Now, looking toward the future.
While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect.
Vice President Harris also had a specific message for the young people watching. She repeated a quote we've heard throughout this campaign, and that is, when we fight, we win. But this time, she added, sometimes that fight takes some time. At Howard University, I'm Atra El-Nashar.
President Biden is praising the vice president after she conceded. In a statement, he described her campaign as historic, one that had to overcome extraordinary circumstances after he dropped out of the race earlier this summer. He also called her a tremendous partner and public servant. Biden will address the nation from the Rose Garden at 11 tomorrow morning. Florida saw a record voter turnout. Nearly 11 million Floridians voted, which is the highest percentage of registered voters in over 30 years. We also saw high voter turnout in our local counties. More than 76% of registered voters in St. Lucie County cast a ballot. In Indian River, the number was 82%, 75% voter turnout in Okeechobee, 85% in Martin County, and Palm Beach County saw more than 83% voter turnout. The supervisor of elections in Palm Beach County says the 2-week-long early voting is a big reason behind those numbers. Right after this election, it's fair to say that Florida is now overwhelmingly a red state, and Palm Beach and Broward counties are looking more like blue islands in a sea of red. In Palm Beach County, Trump came within just 0.7 of a percentage point of winning the county outright. Just 5,500 votes separated him and Harris. It's a huge swing compared to the 2020 election when Trump received only 43% of the vote against Biden. We asked Kevin Neal, chairman of the Palm Beach County Republican Party, if Trump living in the county has anything to do with the change.
This used to be a blue area down here that the Democrats relied on, and they can't rely on it anymore. With Miami leading the way, Palm Beach County following suit, and even Broward, which is about 48% Democrat registration. The party down there has worked hard to really drive turnout, and it showed in their results.
Palm Beach County still has about 40,000 more registered Democrats than Republicans, but an equal number of voters are unaffiliated.